Hello everyone, welcome to my review of Transformers Studio Series Core Class The Last Night Mohawk. Finally, another Bayverse figure. It felt like an eternity since we had one, and according to the leaks and rumors, this lad seems to be the only new figure that we are getting this year for the Bayverse, because it seems like Studio Series is skipping on the Bayverse this year. A bit sad, but I gotta say, if they release only one figure, I'm kinda glad it's this one, because this one is so good, except for one small issue that we have. But let's just jump into this little fellow. Just don't... Alright, let's start off before we do that. This guy doesn't really have heels. Look at this. He doesn't have heels. That's my biggest issue with this figure. Outside of that, he's great. But if he just had like tiny, like you could just fold out some heels down here. Just that extra step added would have done wonders for him. Because now he barely stands. So let's just get him close here if he wants to stay standing. On his head sculpt with the nice green, the weird frog-like eyes. His teeth that are picked out in gold. Well, gold paint, I guess, and a mouth that can open and close, which is I think a first for a Studio Series figure. We got like actual chomping action. It's how I did the thumbnail, by giving him his tiny weapon and sticking it up his mouth. But yeah, but then moving down here, we got some nice green paint here around the wheel, here on the chest, here on the hand. This is one weird looking guy, but I am all here for it. Absolutely, what a little guy. Like, this is what he looks like from the back. This, I will say, this is the best Studio Series live action, I guess, core class figure. Because the only problem with this figure is that he can't stand. At least mine can't. And outside of that, you know, he's absolutely perfect. He is absolutely as perfect as he can be. Outside of the heels. But yeah, so then let's move straight into articulation. So his head can open and his mouth can open and close. So he can nom 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 nom. But his head can also do a full rotation. Yeah. Don't open up. Yeah, his arms can also do a full rotation, as you can see right here. They are on a ball joint, so we get a full rotation. We get in and out. We have a ball joint here at the elbow, so he can do technically a swivel as well, because every ball joint can be a swivel. And he's got a double jointed elbow bend, which is also very nice. Hands do nothing. There ain't no waist to speak of. But the legs can go very far forward and very far backwards. So he can do really some football kicks. They can also go in and out. No rotation. You kind of get a little bit, but like that's more like the play of the ball joint. So you kind of get a little bit of action here. You get a knee bend that goes pretty far. And then his feet can move forward and back and also are on ball joint. So you get some ankle tilt. However, it mostly goes the wrong way. It doesn't go in as far. It really just goes out. But you get ankle tilt. So this guy is very poseable. And he looks nice. Now, what are the accessories that he comes with? Stay standing, please. Oh my god, please stay standing. I kind of have to bend him forward in order to kind of like... Because I think the weight from the wheels is why he keeps falling over. So I kind of have to bend him a bit forward. So that he will stand kind of like this. I can move his head up so that he's technically still looking at someone. Anyway, he comes with the tiniest knife on the planet. A very nice little knife that he can hold in either hand. Like so. Oh wait, no, I use this one because the other one is green. So I don't really want to scratch the paint. If you can scratch the paint at all, but... Also, it is very tight to get in there. Something so tiny still is tight to get into a hole. And also, what you can do, you can pop off his head. Which is not necessarily an accessory, but you can pop off his head. Like in the movie where Bumblebee shoots him and he just turns into this. I think or it was Drift that cuts off his head. And I like the fact that you can actually pull off his head. However, this figure, along with most figures nowadays, do not get put in plastic boxes. or at least with a plastic cover. So a lot of Mohawks in the stores look like this. At least in America. I don't go to stores. I order stuff online because in the Netherlands, Transformers figures don't really appear in stores. It's mainly the stuff that is popular. So like I guess Earthspark would be in stores and Rise of the Beast, but not Studio Series. Nor like Legacy United. It's probably just like the other stuff. But yeah, so you can pop off his head, and that is great that you can do that. I'm a big fan of the fact that you can do that. So now that, with that being said, let us move straight into size comparison of the tiny little guy, while we also move up the camera because everyone else here is bigger. So let's bring in some The Last Night pals of his. Alright, we don't have any. This is the Last Night Decepticon that we have. Alright, so we gotta go back to a movie. Toy line. So here we got Barricade and Megatron, the two that I decided to grab because the fact that I'm not grabbing Berserker. I didn't feel like grabbing Berserker. Not that that's a bad figure, I just didn't want to grab him. So yeah, this is what he looks like with them. And he looks actually pretty good, but that's because the size scaling hasn't really changed much since The Last Night. So The Last Night figures are kind of in scale with Studio Series, so they work. However, that is not all I have today, because here he is next to some older movie bots. So we got Starscream right here. We have Shockwave right here. We have Bone Crusher right here. And we got Soundwave right here. These are the other figures that I have. Oh, go to the camera, push the camera this way. Lift it up a bit. But yeah, here he is with some older figures. And of course, you're wobbly. But yeah, so, and that's about all I have here for the size comparison. I just had to grab some other Decepticons from Studio Series because he doesn't have any friends at the moment. Can relate. So let's get these bad boys out of here, so we can get into that beautiful and simple transformation. Alright, so let's transform Mohawk. Also, what I forgot to show off in the actual main section is the fact that he does actually have a neck joint. I forgot to show that off, so in case anyone's gonna be complaining about the fact that I forgot to show it off, here it is twice. Because this is also gonna be a transform. Anyway, fold the neck back, straighten out the wheel, and rotate it up like so to cover up the face. Then what you want to do is you want to take the other wheel, also get everything out the way, and take the other wheel and just rotate it around like so. Oh, straighten it out first. There you go. Then what you want to do is... Phew, that was one bad sneeze. Anyway, what you want to do next is you want to basically take the arm and just rotate it all the way around like... Oh, apparently this one already did it. I just put him down. Okay. And then you want to rotate this around, and then in here you have like a double hinge thing going on, and you want to take this tab and tab it in there, and then this little tabby here goes into that slot there. So you want to basically extend this here and then just tab it together like so. Do the same thing on the other side as is traditional with Transformers figures. Come on, yeah, there you go. And now we are almost done. So next up, what you want to do is you want to lift up these legs. There's a tab on this side, on each side here, that goes into the slot here. So you just basically want to take it, line it up, tab it in. Do the same thing on the other side, line it up and tab it in. Then what you want to do is you want to basically take these feet and then make sure that they are straight and tab them together. Come. Okay, that was not... That was the opposite. Yeah, you want to... Oh. I was trying to mess with it. But you want to tab the feet together after you straighten it out. Then there's a tab back here that's going to go into the foot. So you basically just want to take it and just tab that in. And that is Mohawk in his bike mode. So here we have Mohawk in his bike mode, and to be honest, it does look like a folded up robot, but it is also a really cool looking bike. It kind of reminds me of those bikes in GTA, like the, well, it was San Andreas and Vice City. You had like the bike with like a cap here, and then you had the bike without it, and the one without it, that's kind of what this reminds me of. But this is a nice little bike mode. To be honest, for the core class price point, it does a pretty good job at being a bike. It's a great robot, great bike. What can't Mohawk do? Being the film longer than 5 minutes, but outside of that, no one is able to. No Transformer's been able to possibly do that. But let's look here at the details. We have some red here at the front. We got a face poking through here. We got some green here, some leftover green here at the bottom for the robot mode. But that, I like how all the green is kind of pushed to the bottom, so that, you know, like the bike is not really, doesn't really have much green. But to be honest, the bike doesn't really have a lot of detail either. Just a gray bike with like, oh no, wait, there's some black here on the steering. That's great. And he rolls as he should. Now then, next up, I guess we bring in his little tiny dagger that he actually did have in the movie. You can rewatch the movie and he has it. However, no one is actually, like, I could lie about Transformers The Last Night and no one could call me out for it, because I don't think a single person on this planet outside of me actually wants to rewatch that movie, or at least rewatches that movie. I do, so I remember that Mohawk has a little dagger. But yeah, you got a little tab here on the side that this dagger can tab into, so you got some weapon storage. However, it doesn't really help as a kickstand, because it kind of pushes him the other way. So it doesn't really help as a kickstand. But to be honest, with the mess that it is, it does kind of feel like it belongs. And you never know when you need a little dagger when you're on the road, wheeling and everything. Wheelie! Oh, what a fun little guy. So, I guess it is only time right now for some size comparison. And once again, since there are no Last Night Decepticon Studio Series figures, we'll have to turn to the Last Light line. So here we got Barricade, and here we have Megatron. Funny enough, actually, for this Megatron transformation, like, I have already recorded a review for this figure. And I used my review to, like, that one will go up later on in the year. But I used my review to transform this thing. But yeah, anyway, nice looking little cast here. I kind of wish we would get some more Last Night figures in Transformers in Studio Series, because it deserves to be there. But we don't. So let's move these out of the way so we can get into the next size comparison that I have, and that is Starscream. He was in the movie, so this technically also counts as the Last Night, because he was actually in the film. You can rewatch the film if you don't believe me, but Starscream was in the film. That weird character Day Trader came up with his head. And finally, because I have them, now I do anyway, we have the traditional Decepticons that will appear in every single review for the series in which they were present. So if I do a G1 review, I will put their G1 selves in the video. If I do a movie review, I will put these two in. Soundwave and Shockwave, my two favorites. And to be honest, I mean, Mohawk still doesn't look with the worst, because what even is this? What even is this? Review incoming at some point, once some downtime has happened. Because right now I got a lot to do. I got Studio Series, Legacy, you know, there's a bunch of stuff happening right now that I don't really have time to upload any older reviews. But once we are done with the other stuff, we'll go back to the older stuff. But yeah, there you go. Also, I feel like the leg is supposed to be a bit different. But anyway, like I said, this still looks more convincing as a vehicle mode than this thing. So, hey, Mohawk, at least you're winning at something. Anyway, let's move these guys out of here so we can get to the little guys. Reverse transformation. Alright, so let's get Mohawk back into robot mode. What you want to start off with is you want to grab here and fold it up. And then split his leg, rotate them out like so, rotate them around like so. Oh, and untap the little knife. It was so small I couldn't even see it. Then what you want to do is you want to untap the arms from the back wheel here. Get straighten out the arms, rotate them down so that they are flush with the body. Then what you want to do, still keep everything out of the way, at least try to. You want to take this and this, well, actually, yeah, sure, take both of them. and rotate them around. However, this one always kind of confuses me because you're supposed to like it's supposed to just be there. So you can just do it like that. You can basically do whatever you want. Straighten out the little feet that he has. Take the head and fold it up. Go, num 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 5 times, and then I guess here is Mohawk back in his robot mode because there's not really much to it. But I'm still gonna make a Transform It video out of it, even if no one else on YouTube wants to do it. Come on, stay standing. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. He's standing in a little pose that he has. So that is Mohawk back in his robot mode. So, nope. So, final thoughts on Mohawk. Well, what a cool little guy he is. Absolutely. I really like him. Outside of the fact that his feet don't have any heels, or any useful heels, which I kind of wish he had like an extra little step, where on the inside here you could fold out some heels. That's about all I wanted for him to really make it work. Stand. There you go. But that's all I needed, to be honest. Just that little extra heelage. Outside of that, he's great. Absolutely fantastic. Is he worth it? Oh, absolutely. I love this little guy. Hasbro, when are you going to start making more of these? I know next year is the year of the Bayverse again, because we're getting so many Bayverse figures, and I am so excited about next year, dude. Oh, I can't wait. But I don't think there's any Last Night figures on the list, on the Studio Series leak list. I don't actually remember if there actually is the Last Night figure. I know we're getting Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, either Evasion Mode or normal. But I don't know like if it's going to be Evasion Mode or the Last Night. Or like the Night Optimus Prime. I wanted to say Night, but then, you know, Mohawk, the Last Night. Yeah, that kind of stuff happened. Let me just rotate this down a bit more and then just do this. There you go. Sure, why not? I never really know how this back wheel is supposed to go. I think you're just supposed to like figure it out on your own. Do whatever you want. Whatever makes you feel right. But I like this figure a lot. And like I said, I would highly, and I mean highly, recommend that you pick this figure up. But that has been my review of Transformers Studio Series Core Class The Last Night Mohawk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell and comment your thoughts on this figure. And please check out my Let's Play channel, linked in the description and at the end of the video. I upload 3 videos every day of different games, but mainly Pokemon. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye!